One thing that I would just go back and emphasize, and we've all talked about it throughout this hour, is the importance of effective communication. And you know, when you're a governor or when you're a mayor, you don't really realize, I think, the effect you can have sometimes just by people hearing you and hearing from you. I know during that ice storm, as Jay said, I called up the entire National Guard and they said, "What do you want us to do?" I said, "I want you in every town in our state walking up and down the streets and knocking on doors and checking on people. And let's make sure everybody's okay." And so they were doing that, and I went down. There were a few little radio stations that were still on the air, and I got on the radio stations and just talked to people about, we're okay, everything's going to be all right, and all that. And interestingly enough, later on, I kept hearing, "You know what, when I saw the National Guard walking up the street, I knew we'd be okay. When I heard your voice on the radio, it's going to be okay." And I mean, my God, you know, you don't realize the effect you can have on people by just being there and being a part of it and communicating to people and just telling them, "Hey, we're here."
Giving them a hug.
That's right. You're giving them a hug and you're saying, "We're going to be okay." And you know, that's probably one of the most important things we as people that have been in leadership roles can understand, is the effect you can have.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you another, it sounds almost goofy, but pets are important. The number of people that die because they won't leave their house, because they want to stay with their dog or cat, even if a tornado is coming or a flood. Without going through specific examples of that, I've been involved in some of that sort of stuff. And you have to have a plan where people can know where their kids are, have a place that they can take their pets with them. It's amazing how many people die because they would rather stay with their dog or cat. And there's no real point to that other than have a plan, and I don't know where Huck is right now, my dog. So but it's important. People will not leave. I mean, they just won't. I mean, because a lot of times, as you said, you got to get these folks out of there if there's a flood coming.
Tim, I just want to give a plug to the
biggest things I've learned is people, when they're hit with one of these disasters, are unbelievably resilient. They will take that disaster, they will ready themselves, they will get right back on and get going. And so in a time in our country when things are so divided, there's no division whatsoever when there's a natural disaster. Everybody comes together. There's this resilience by those who've been victimized. There's this outpouring of love and thought and religious affiliations that really want to help and make something happen. So I think our country, quite frankly, is at its best when we encounter one of these things, because we see the true nature of people and how great they can be. And it's a lesson that I've learned time and time again in responding to these disasters.
Good point. The only closing thing I'd say is thanks to the School of Public Health here at Harvard, because, you know, we've all four of we governors have done some form of fellowship here. And my message, you know, continues to be, guess what? There's never been a time where it's more important to be dedicating yourselves to solutions in public health, because all of this is landing on your doorstep. I mean, all of this. And you've never had a generation of students, of people who are focusing on the mission of this school, where your time and your timing is more important. It's all coming your way. So thank you for having this conversation.